What up, everybody? I'm here with my 85 C10, working on a project today, trying to fix my temperature gauge. It hasn't been working since I got this truck. To be honest with you, I've been just driving it, not even knowing if it's overheating or not. So I did some tests today, try to figure out if everything's working fine. I guess there's something wrong behind my cluster. And so I ended up taking out the gauges out, and I ended up figuring out how to test your water temperature gauge, which my gauge wasn't connected properly. That's why it was malfunctioning, I guess you could say. But it wasn't working. It was completely off to the left. So after doing a couple tests, and I noticed that my gauge does work. It was just needs a better connection. So this is what I did to test my gauge. In case you guys need to test your gauge, you guys could follow this procedure, and hopefully it works for you guys. It worked for me. I just got to put everything back together. I'm not gonna use the gauge cluster circuit board. I'm gonna connect them directly. That's maybe later down today or tomorrow. But what I'm going to do right now is I'm just going to show you guys how to test your water temperature gauge outside your truck. Alright? Check it out, man. Alright guys, so you guys already know when you guys pull out your gauge cluster, you remove the cover from it. Your mine is beat up, it's cracked, I plan to put brand new ones custom, but not right now. So I just want to make sure that I'm not overheating when I'm driving, because I drive this truck a lot. So what the first thing you got to do is first remove your water temperature gauge. Okay, I made some little notations also, you'll see that right now, but that's for me to know when I connect this back in there. So when you turn it around, this is what you got to do. I'll settle it right here. Alright, so I went to Harbor Freight and I found me some alligator clips. I bought me 2 sets, red and positive. They do help. Okay, so I'd recommend you guys get these. I think it was like $3 at Harbor Freight. So what I did is I went to my temperature gauge, hooked up my alligator clip. I went all the way up. I hooked it up again to another alligator clip, just so I could have enough room to kind of get close over here to the battery. So then what you do here, once again, once you have this facing down, you're gonna put your, I'm gonna settle it right here, hopefully it doesn't fall. You're gonna put this one right here, okay, on the right. Make sure I'm trying to do this at the same time by holding the phone. Give me a second. There you go. Alright, if you notice a post, this is the only, what should I say, the silver post? All of them are like copper. And this one's the only silver post. So that one's going to be your battery, or your ground, I should say. If you have it behind your cluster, it's going to be grounded to something. So your ground post. So what I do here is I'm going to go ahead and grab my ground alligator clip. And I'm going to go ahead and connect it over here to my battery. And then I am going to ground it. Okay, so now I have my ground. Now your positive, okay, let me just turn this so you guys can see a little bit. Right now this thing is out of whack, so let's just say it's right there. Okay, alright, I'm gonna connect my positive. Alright, keep in mind that I did turn on the truck. The truck is warm. I just turned it off because I was testing to make sure that my gauge was going up. So right now, once I connect the positive, it's gonna show that it is warm. Okay, so this is my positive. Okay, so this positive, usually you're gonna connect it to your ignition, somewhere where it's gonna have ignition. When you turn on your car, the positive stays on when the car's on. So I gotta find this underneath where I'm gonna connect it, because I'm gonna straight wire these when I get inside the truck. All right, so here is my positive terminal. So I'm going to go ahead and throw it in here. Alright, so it's connected, everything's good. So as you guys remember, this one goes to the sensor, this one goes to the ground, and this one goes to the battery. Now I'm going to turn it slowly, hopefully I don't make a short anywhere. And you are going to see my temperature gauge has gone up, it's warm. Like I said, I did start in my truck, sorry. Just make sure it was going up. So right now it's still warm, my engine is warm. I'm on move it so you guys can see that I'm not messing around. It goes back to the temperature. So now my temperature gauge does work. So I'm gonna go ahead, like I said, I'm gonna go inside and I'm gonna install it, but I'm gonna install it manually. I don't want to use the circuit board. So if you guys ever want to test your water temperature gauge, this is how to connect it. Okay, this is how to connect it. So any questions or anything, just leave a comment below and we could chat. Alright guys, well, hopefully this worked, hopefully this helped you guys. Alright, finally I got my water temperature gauge fixed. Alright guys, well, I just wanted to show you guys that it was driving me crazy. Like I said, I don't want to replace the circuit board because I'm going to put a new custom dashboard and all that stuff later down the road. So I just want to make sure that I'm not overheating. So if you guys ever need to test your temperature gauge sensor, that's how you do it. Alright, peace out, take care, I'll see you until next video. Bye.